SPD, there were quite a few people who really emerged on the scene this year in AEW. For me, I look at it. You saw I put Orange Cassidy in. Going into 2020, I pride myself on knowing professional wrestling. I didn't really know what Orange Cassidy, who he was or what he was capable of. But what we've seen over the course of the year, for me, I got to see he's actually a legitimate wrestler who is more than just a gimmick. We got to see that come to life with his feud with Jericho. And now heading into 2021, I think that they know that they have a star on their hands. The guy's selling merchandise like hotcakes. Bonzi, I understand your pick for Darby Allin. Absolutely has broken out in a big way. But SPD, I'll let you take the lead on this one. Brody Lee, the Exalted One, was your breakout pick for 2020. Yeah. And obviously with the timing of his recent passing, this is pretty touching stuff. So I'll let you transition into why was Brody your breakout star this year?
All three of these guys are well-deserved of a breakout star of 2020 in many different ways. And you said it best with Orange Cassidy, kind of the unexpected one, that this gimmick was easy to catch on, easy to root for, but he really, proved himself in the ring time and time again, and he continuing to do that. And so the gimmick backs up, or his in-ring work backs up the gimmick, and it works so well. For Brody Lee, just the build and in and out of the ring with the BTE work really had him, his character work on BTE, his promo work on Dynamite, his in-ring matches, his whole feud with Cody, to me, was just top to bottom, just gold. I mean, when he broke that belt and put it all over him and then put him in the stretcher, and then unfortunately his last promo was, we all talked about it, where he was screaming into the camera about the dog collar match. That gave us all chills for that. But just leading the charge with the build of the Exalted One. Sometimes you get these builds and they can kind of fizzle, but he exceeded in every single way with the Exalted One leading the Dark Order, and he made the Dark Order about 500 times more credible. Even if they are picking up all the losses over time and time again, it doesn't matter. With him leading the charge, he was making this group still a force to be reckoned with, even though he was the one picking up most of the wins. And even now, the Dark Order is still going to carry on his legacy as the Exalted One, and they're going to start to see some momentum. And that is part of the reason why we started the January recruitment month for the Dark Order. So the Join Dark Order January is in full effect. And, this was an idea we announced last week on episode 14, before unfortunate passing of Brody Lee. And so this will still continue to be pushed for in January, because we believe in the Dark Order. We think that, they are featured on TV and off TV with BTE, and they deserve some wins. They deserve even more recognition than they're already getting. And we are behind the Dark Order. We are Dark Order fans. We have joined it. And so we're going to help push it, and they're going to need our support and love moving forward through January and getting through this. So Join Dark Order January is kicking off, and we're happy to be a part of it. Bonds, tell me why Darby, what were some of the highlights for him for breakout for 2020?
Oh, man, well, recently, just by itself, you had him beat Cody, and he had a crazy long, not a losing streak, but he had some matches where you're like, oh man, this guy's going to be great, and he didn't win. But now
you're preaching to the SPD. I see you nodding along. SPD was really struggling with Darby for a while because he was getting beat up so much, and I was kept. Eventually, I was like, that's part of his appeal, right?
And now look at what they're doing with him. It all played itself out to the right. People wanted Sting to be with Darby forever, and now we might have that, and that's what people wanted.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they're willing to. It's great
for Darby to come out and overcome Cody and become and really the passing of the baton, right? We all recognize Cody is. We talked about top face of the year. Cody's right there, right? So Cody is a great representation of the company, and sort of that passing of the baton from Cody to Darby. I think we all see, Bonds, that they've invested in Darby Allin very much. If you look at what AEW is doing, right, Darby is the TNT champion, right? That's a big title in this company. Mm-hmm. He went over Cody, right? He's engaged with the debut of the Icon Sting. He's in a feud with Team 10. If they I don't know what else they need to do other than put like big blinking lights over Darby Allin's head.
Literally strap a rocket to him.
We think this guy is a star. No, Bonds, really great pick by you. And I think that it's telling that all three of us had different choices for Breakout Star of the Year. For me, Brody didn't even cross my mind, SPD, but when I hear you talk about it, it really is a great pick by you in the sense that, man, I loved Brody way before he was in AEW. I've loved Brody for a long time, but we didn't get a chance to see what he's capable of as a standalone, really a star, a leader. He was always a follower in his past life and in his past groups that he was in, but we got to see how larger than life this man was.
Oof,
and
was he ever?
When we look back and watch his interactions with, I know we weren't alone watching a lot of his interactions with the Dark Order. Man, those guys, I have not switched, like pulled a 180 on a group or on a team as much as I have with the Dark Order. Man, I wanted this group to be taken out back and shot at the beginning of this year.
I know.
And over and over again, week after week, they put out entertaining content, stuff that just made me slowly but surely swallow my words and recognize I'm not going to fight it anymore. I like these guys. So Brody's a great pick, and his interactions with the Dark Order really solidified a team that all of us are behind here at Dynamite Download. And I think, SPD, you talked about join Dark Order January. This group needs support and love from the AEW family now more than ever. And we were planning on doing that because we've seen them take so many L's lately, and we find them hilarious. And we did believe that Brody was coming back. So I think going into next year, guys, if you're watching this video, if you stumble across this content, do your best to share with other wrestling fans, and let's bring a solidarity of love and positive reinforcement, and let's recognize this crew as what they are, people who have come together and had something organically grow that genuinely looks like they've had fun together, they've built relationships together, and they've brought us a lot of entertainment over the last year. So they're down. These guys are always the ones who, when you were feeling sad or feeling low, you could always count on them to get you to laugh. Throwing a stack of papers, whether it's Chili's, man, SPD, you and I have had so many moments over the last 14 weeks where we've been laughing, and oftentimes it's because of Johnny Silver and the crew.
Oh yeah.
And I have a feeling that they need some laughs right now too. They need a little bit of pick me up now. Bonds, we've talked about that, the family feel of AEW and how special that is. So join Dark Order. January is going to be a special thing for us here at Dynamite Download, and we hope that we get your support on it.